Hello survivors, I'm Survivalist, and welcome to the next series we're going to tackle on the channel, Slay the Spire. The last series I kind of did for the usual Monday, Wednesday, Friday slot was Inscription, and it went over really well. So a recent Steam sale brought Slay the Spire out for like reduced cost or reduced pricing, and it's kind of like the inspiration for a lot of how some of the roguelikes have developed and like their path of progress, etc. I think it's kind of like one of the more big name indie deck building roguelikes, because there are a few. Inscription could be considered one of those, there are some others, but this is the one I think kind of started a lot of it in motion, or was at least the most well known before a lot more started to appear. So we're going to play this for a while, show it off as a series, try it along. It's quite a bit different than how Inscription works, but there are still some elements that carry over that you might notice here or there. I haven't played it myself, so we'll see how we do, but I'm thinking at least a week or two of this. I'm still kind of in this weird summer slump, I guess I would call it, where I'm not sure what I want to do as another big series, but considering how Inscription went over, we'll try Slay the Spire and see how you guys enjoy it. So we don't have anything opened up, we're just going to start with Standard. We've only got the one character for right now, which is the Ironclad. The remaining soldier of the Ironclad sold his soul to harness demonic energies. Burning Blood and a combat heal 6, 5 unlocks remaining, 0 to 300 next unlock. So we'll start with them and see how the game goes and how it plays through and everything like that. So yeah, this map is probably going to be familiar for a lot of people. Inscription, you had the little pathways as well. We have the same here, so we have elite fights, enemy fights, rest spots, treasure spots, merchants, unknown. And you can see there's a lot more unknown that you're not really sure what you'll be getting as you go along. So truth be told, I'm not even sure where I want to start. Looking at a lot converges here with these two. So I'm kind of thinking maybe we'll try fight, ? And up this way, just to get a little bit of a mix. And then we have a bit more option from this branch here. So I don't know if we want double fight or we want single fight mystery. You know, let me take the single fight mystery first, just to see about getting like my first hands on with it. So defeat enemies by playing cards from your hand. Cards require energy to play. Once you're out, end your turn. At the start of your turn, new cards are drawn and your energy is replenished. Play defensive cards to gain block when enemies are about to attack you. Block reduces incoming attack damage but wears off at the start of your next turn. And during your turn, you can observe an enemy's intent above them. If an enemy is intent on attacking you, be sure to gain some block. So first off, we have a Jawworm. Okay, so we know they're going to try attacking, so it recommended that we get some block on ourselves. We could do 8 damage and then applies 2 vulnerable, so we might do that, so that way our other cards next turn will do some more damage. So we'll do that. It's just a drag and drop system. That's our discard pile. So if the draw pile is empty, discard pile goes back over to here, so it kind of goes back and forth. And we're out of energy now, so we just end our turn. Yeah, so there's the attack. We took 6 damage. But we've got ourselves... Okay, we got Strike. So that should probably be 9 damage it would do. And then it's going to use a defensive and a buff on itself. So maybe what we'll do are those... And I guess we can use an energy just to defend. I mean, it's not like we really lose much. So we'll just end turn. It goes to discard pile. Okay, so it's got its strength up, so it's going to do more damage to us. No more cards, no cards. Your discard pile shuffled in the draw pile. Got it. So yeah, everything will come back. So let's see, it does have 6 health on it right now. It's going to hit for 10. So it might be a good idea to use 2 blocks. That way we're blocking for at least that and a strike. Just to break the shield it had. And all we can do is end turn here. So will that be 13 damage? Nope. Okay, we were able to take it all. So it does still have a little bit to itself. I'm thinking maybe we'll hit with Bash to break through the shield and also apply the vulnerable again. And we can hit for a strike. And if we end turn, he'll probably get like some defense and buff back to himself with the bellow. Yeah. But because of the vulnerable, we might be able to finish him off with 3 hits. Or just 1. And there's our first bit of combat. So we got some loot, and we get to add a card to our deck. So we could choose Clash. Can only be played if every card in your hand is an attack and deals 14 damage for 0 energy. We've got Warcry. Draw a card. Put a card from your hand on top of your card draw pile. Exhaust. Remove until end of combat. Or Searing Blow. Deal 12 damage. Can be upgraded any number of times. I kind of feel like maybe Clash should be interesting to get. And then we also got some gold that will probably help for Merchant. And we only have the single route we can go up, so we'll just proceed along, and that's kind of how this plays out, although... Well, among the stone and boulders, you notice an intricate large blue statue resembling a wing. You find gold spilling from its crack, maybe there's more inside. Okay, remove a card from your deck and lose 7 HP, or destroy a card and gain 50 to 80 gold. Oh, maybe it's not... Okay, these are the different things you can do for it. We'll destroy, gain the gold. Yeah, with all your might, you hack away at the statue. It soon crumbles, revealing a pile of gold. Grab as much as you can and continue onwards. I thought it meant I had to destroy a card. That's like one of your options for instead how you're interacting with the scenario. Okay, we got another mystery. So what do we got here? You fall into a puddle. It's made of slime goop. Frantically, you claw yourself out of settlements as you feel the goop starting to burn. You can feel goop in your ears and your nose, goop everywhere. Climbing out, you notice some of your gold is missing. Welcome back to the puddle. You see your missing gold coins with gold from unfortunate adventurers mixed together. So we can either gather it and lose some HP, or leave it and lose 22. You know what? I'm going to gain it, because we do gain some health back with our passive up here, the Burning Blood. So yeah, you feeling the sting of the goop as prolonged exposure starts to melt away at your skin, you manage to fish out the gold. Now, we can go to a merchant, we've got a mystery, or we can go for a fight. If we go the fight path, it goes for fights all the way up, and I don't think I want to do that. We have a mystery we could go to, but the previous two that we've hit have been kind of mixes. We do have 240 gold, so it might not hurt to actually go for the merchant route. And then we will be up here anyway. So I'm going to hit that. Welcome! Okay, so let's see. Welcome, welcome. So these are all the things we could buy. We've got cards we could add to our deck, or we have items that will give us some decent boosts just to hold on to. So card-wise, we have things like Clothesline, deal 12 damage, apply 2 weak for 2 energy. Pommel Strike, deal 9 damage and draw a card. Ghostly Armor, Ethereal. If this card's in your hand at the end of the turn, it is exhausted. Exhausted cards removed from deck until end of combat. Warcry we saw, or Metallicize, end of your turn, gain 3 block. We got Flash of Steel, or Sadistic Nature, which I guess are like neutral cards. We could remove a card if we wanted, or we can pick up one of these, which seem to be like little powers. So, upon pickup, raise max HP by 7. The boot, whenever you would deal 4 or less unblocked attack damage, increase it to 5. Brimstone, start of your turn, gain 2 strength, and all enemies gain 1 strength. Blessing of the Forge, upgrade all cards in your hand for the rest of combat. Duplication Potion, this turn your next card is played twice. Okay, these are items you can use in combat, and these are things that'll apply just permanently. So I think I'll take the extra HP, because that's not too bad. Yeah, Relic. Relics found throughout the Spire grant unique bonuses and remain throughout your run. They can be found by defeating powerful foes or within chests. Got that. And we still do have quite a bit of gold with us. Okay, so I do have 98. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else really here. Flash of Steel isn't bad. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but it does let us draw another card for 0. I'm wondering if it would be good to get something like Warcry. Maybe I'll go for Pommel Strike. That one's not bad. And maybe we'll even take Clothesline. Just add a few more attack cards to our deck, and then that way our, I think it's Clash, might also be able to be played easier. So that looks like everything there, and we only have one route we can go, so we might as well try it and see how we fare. And we've got a couple of louses. And they've got Curl Up. Upon receiving damage, rolls up and gains 5 block. Okay, so I wonder if I want to do something like... maybe Pommel Strike that. I can attack. Yeah, I'll take care of that. And I can defend. And we can just end the turn. And we'll be able to completely block that hit. And now, actually, you can only be played if every card in your hand is an attack. And that is exactly what we got, so we might as well just use that. That made it roll up. But then we can do Clothesline, and that'll probably, I think, defeat it. Yeah, there we go. And we got a little bit of health back. So we've got gold, Entropic Brew. Fill all your empty potion slots with random potions. Potions. Drink or throw during combat. Stay with you between rooms. Got that. And add a card to our deck. Gain 12 block whenever you're... Ooh, that's actually not too bad. Gain 12 block, and whenever you're attacked, deal 4 damage back that turn. We'll take that. And that's everything for there. So now we can either go for regular fight and strong enemy, or strong enemy and then some options. I kind of feel like I want to go for strong enemy, and then I have more option to pick afterwards. So we'll take that route. Let's see what we got. A, Lagavulin? Not entirely sure. It says, enemy is asleep. At the end of his turn, gains 8 block. So maybe we'll do smack it for that. Oh, actually, maybe I should have checked to see. Metallicize. End of turn, gains 8 block, and just a smack like that. Oh. Okay, it woke off, and it looks like it's stunned right now. So we'll end the turn, since we don't have anything else we can do. Yeah, now it's our... Ooh, it's going to do a lot of damage there. I think what I'll start is get some defense on us to try to mitigate that. Maybe... Okay, actually, maybe I'll do this. Because that'll reduce the attack damage we'll take, and we'll still do some damage out. Yeah, so we're still going to take 13 hits, but we have 5, so we're going to take 8 damage from its attack, but I think it's far better than having taken, like, the full brunt of it. Okay, so it's going to do 13 again, but if I do... Actually, hang on. This is a skill, so it's not an attack, so I can't use Clash yet, but if I do this, then I can play Clash. And then I can do that. And I can end turn. Yeah, so we're only going to take 1 damage. 4 damage goes back to it. And, oh, what's happening there? Strategic. Tends to inflict a powerful negative effect on you. Okay, let me think here. Well, if it's not going to do damage, maybe I should look at... You know, weakening it's probably a good idea, so we'll do that. Pommel Strike, I don't know if I... Yeah, I guess I can do that. I mean, we do get all discard things come back to our hand once we've drawn it all entire... Or, it shuffles back in, so it's not too bad. Okay, so we got a... I might be able to cheese this again. Clash is actually interesting, because if I use all of our blocks here... Now Clash, yeah, it can be used. And I can end turn. We're probably going to take just 1 damage. Actually, didn't come out of that too bad. Okay, so I could do... Let's see, that would deal 8... 19, that's not enough to take it down, and it is going to hit us pretty good, so I think Flame Barrier, and maybe Pommel Strike, just to get the most damage we could out, and then end the turn. Yeah, we're going to take a little bit from there, but still get some sent back against it. And we'll do Pommel Strike, because it is our strongest hitting. Defense... And then we can use Clash again. And there we go. So we got some gold. Bronze Scale. Start each combat with 3 thorns. Receiving attack damage deals damage back. And an energy potion. And we get a new card. So there's True Grit. Gain 7 block. Exhaust 1 card at random. There's Flex. Gain 2 strength and the turn lose 2 strength. Or Anger. Deal 6 damage. Add a copy of this card into your discard pile. I see the negatives that come with these two, but I don't really see a negative that came with Anger, so I'm going to take that and just see how that goes. Now, we could either rest or go for another fight, but I think I'm going to go for a rest, just to see what options this gives us. So, we could heal for 30% of our HP, although I don't think we're that badly off since we still are at 71. Or Smith, which lets us upgrade a card, which I'll take a look and see. Clash has been pretty good, so what... I could go up to 18 with that. Or I could gain another vulnerable in that. That would... Ooh, this one might be the best. It gives me 4 more block and gives me 2 more damage in return. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Pommel Strike would 10 damage in 2 cards, but I don't really use that until it's like the very start. And yeah, the energy cost stays the same. Clash is nice for the 4, but I think I've got to go for the Flame Barrier, just because it does give us the most number-wise. What does Anger give us? Deal 8. No, I'm going to go for Flame Barrier. I think that's the best one. It's a good defensive, and then it also gives us a little bit of attack in return, too. And then we've only got the one thing we can go to, so we'll hit up in a Cultist. Actually, and once again, I think I can cheese this. Defense, defense, defense. I can use Clash, and then Anger. And then I can end the turn. My power's unmatched. Ritual. At the end of its turn, it gains 3 strength, and it's tending to hit me for 6. So, I'm thinking Flame Barrier, just to completely prevent us from getting damage, and then just a simple strike. And then we can end the turn again. The 6 comes through, doesn't break our block, but does hurt them for a fair amount, and then thanks to our Bronze Scales, we got 3 damage done to them too. Let me start with... You know what? I can probably kill it off here, so I'll start with Pommel Strike. That lets us draw a card, and then just a strike. My powers were matched. There we go. And we got a little bit of health back, so there's some gold, and a new card. Dropkick. Deal 5 damage. If the enemy is vulnerable, gain an energy and draw a card. Thunderclap. Deal 4 damage, apply 1 vulnerable to all enemies, or Warcry. I'm going to go for Dropkick, because we do have a card that does cause vulnerable. So that might be helpful for having that little bit of synergy. And then looks like we just got a chest to check out. We got Gold Chucks and Nunchaku. Every time you play 10 attacks, gain an energy. Oh, that's really good. And then a fire, so we can... Be honest, I don't see... I'm going to go smithing again, because I don't really think there's anything else to be doing. Deal 8. I'm kind of debating... I think I want things that have, like, compound effects to them, like, say, Bash, or... You know what? Because the card we picked up, I think I'm going to go for Bash, because I think the 3 vulnerable means it lasts 3 turns. So we'll do that, just so that way anything we do hit with it will be vulnerable for a while, and we might be able to get the synergy with the Dropkick. I think that's what we had anyway. And then we've got a Merchant we can hit, so we might as well go to that. Welcome! Okay, so what do we got? Are you a dog person or a cat person? I'm more of a dog person myself. Okay. Well, we can't afford any of the relics, so we won't really look at those. The potions, I haven't used any yet, so I don't think I'll worry about those. Flash of Steel we've seen before. We've got... Ooh, I'd like to get the hand out of the way. We've got Sword Boomerang. Deal 3 damage to a random enemy 3 times. Sever Soul. Exhaust all non-attack cards in your hand and deal 16 damage. Armaments. Gain 5 block. Upgrade a card in your hand for the rest of combat's actually not too bad. We've got Flame Barrier again. And we got Rupture. Whenever you lose HP from a card, gain 1 strength. I think I want Armaments, because the upgrade is pretty good. And I think I want to go for a Flame Barrier to get that. Because that's, again, a really nice defensive one. And if I do have a chance to upgrade it, it gets even better. So we'll proceed with that. And speaking of... okay, we got some options here. Looks like we got Fire, Mystery, Battle Fire, or Battle Fire Mystery. They all they both look like the same to me, so I think I'm going to go for the left path here. Hit the fire first to get the upgrade to the flame barrier we've got. Oh, hang on a moment. Upgrade all cards in your hand is a lot. I think I got to go for Armaments Plus, because that is... It goes from a single card gets an upgrade to all of them. So I'm going to go for that, just because it feels like that's going to bring out a lot more potential ahead. And there is another fire, so if I want to, I could upgrade the other flame barrier there. You come across an inconspicuous pedestal with a shining gold idol sitting peacefully atop. It looks incredibly valuable. You sure don't see any traps nearby, so we can take it or leave it. Enemies drop 25% more gold. I'm going to take it and probably suffer some consequence. Okay. As you grab the idol and stow it away, a giant boulder smashes through the ceiling and to the ground next to you. You realize that the floor is slanted downwards as the boulder starts to roll towards you. So we could become cursed and get an injury, get smashed and take 21 damage, or hide and lose 6 max HP. I feel like injury could screw up. It would screw up Clash, I think, if we get it. So I might just hide and lose the max HP, because, like, we're not too badly off there. Squish. The boulder flattens you a little as it passes by, but otherwise you can get out of here. Yeah, so we did lose a little bit of max HP, but there might be a chance ahead we can pick that up again, or something else. So we've got a Looter. Thievery. Then steals 15 gold whenever it attacks. Okay, I don't like that. So maybe what we'll start with is Flame Barrier. Just completely block ourselves off. And get some damage in. So we'll end the turn. Give me your gold. Okay, so it actually, even with the block, it did take the gold from us. Okay, this is interesting. So I think we'll get Armaments Plus. That upgraded everything. And you know what? I might not mind taking a hit to apply this. Because yeah, that'll leave them vulnerable, so all of our attacks will do some more damage. Going to lose a bit of health there. They still got some damage taken, though. And the enemy does have vulnerable, so I'm thinking we'll start with Pommel Strike. Draw a card. And we basically end it, because now those are all attack cards, and Clash is easily used here. Perfect. Yeah, so we got our gold back. We got a little bit of gold there as well. And let's see, what card do we want added? Shockwave, apply 3 weak to invulnerable all enemies. Impervious, gain 30 block and exhaust. That might actually be really handy as like a... or True Grit. I'm going to go for Impervious. It does use a lot of energy, but it is like a invincible for a turn. And that might come in handy, given it looks like we're actually towards the end of our first floor, I think? Okay, Rest Up or Smith? Well, I'll be honest, we don't really have that much health loss, so I think we want to go into smithing a card. And I am leaning, again, to doing Flame Barrier as our one. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do Flame Barrier again, just because it's really nice to have that as defensive. And get the benefits of both the extra block and a little bit more damage. And it looks like we'll be ending our first episode with a possible boss fight? Oh. The Guardian. Okay, let me see here. So it's going to defensive and tends to block on its turn. So I mean, I can do Anger, get that hit in. I can do a drop kick just for an extra bit of damage. And I guess we'll do that. Not that it's going to really do much for us. So, mode shift. After receiving 19 damage, changes to a defensive mode. So we'll see how our first fight goes. Destroy, destroy, destroy. Oh. Although I am glad that I got the Impervious one. So that'll block quite a bit, and we can still hit it for some damage. and end the turn. Yeah, so we're only taking 2 damage, which isn't too bad given everything. Okay, I'm thinking... Yeah, it's going to give a powerful negative effect on us. But I'm thinking armaments here, because that boosts everything else up here. And then I'll bash it. So that way if we can get dropkick in a little bit, we can get that synergy helping us out. So we're weakened and vulnerable. And, ooh, it looks like it's going to do a lot, but I could do anger to get a bit of that there. Oh. And it's going to use a buff on itself and it's entered a defensive mode. So I'm thinking block, block. I can use that to smack that. And then I can use that. And then use that. And that's more anger going into the deck there. And I think I can end turn here. Sharp hide. Oh, it basically has our bronze scales. So it's going to do 13 damage to us. We can mitigate all that with our block. And it does still have vulnerable, so we can hit drop kick, and they'll give us an energy back. And maybe I'll just defend. Just so that way we don't take any damage from this hit. And then let everything kind of go through. So let's see, 13 damage to us, but we blocked. It took some damage back. I'm thinking another armaments, because that is just super handy to upgrade everything. And a flame barrier. So that'll block all of the 2 attacks it's going to do. And it actually should get hit twice by our defensive stuff. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's see. Everything is basically upgraded, so I don't think... Ooh, although... I'm trying to think here. You know what? Weak will probably help here. So we'll smack that to weaken it. And then gain some block. That'll upgrade those other cards as they keep cycling through combat. We are going to take a bit of damage here, though. But it is also going to hit itself multiple times thanks to our bronze scales. Okay, so I'm thinking defend, anger, anger, and a bash. That moved it into its defensive mode. We're good to end our turn. And it's probably going to give itself the, like, thorn... Yeah, the sharp hide. Okay. So we've got another anger. We can just hit with that. We are going to do some damage to ourselves, though. So maybe I'll do flame barrier. Hit that. Yeah, so it's chipping into our block a little bit, but I think that's kind of okay for it. And we'll end the turn. And then we're almost actually at the nunchaku, or nunchucks, or however you want to pronounce that. And we've got ourselves some interesting stuff here. Okay, so I think I want to use Flame Barrier. Get that up. We can use Clash, which will get us to a nice, huge hit, and everything's okay there. We'll use Drop Kick, because it is still vulnerable. We get energy and a card drawn. We'll go for a Strike. It looks like it's actually staying in its defensive mode, so then I think it's... I'm going to take a fair bit of damage here. But I think I want to go through and just try to take it down as soon as we can. Yeah, because it's... Oh, it's got so little health left. Yeah, we'll do Anger and Pommel Strike, and I think that's our win. Indeed it is. So that was the Guardian taken down. We got some gold. I don't know what the 25 means beside it there. Oh, maybe like 25 extra because of the Golden Idol. And we can add a card to our deck. Power cards. This card applies a power to you when used. Powers or passive abilities remain for the duration of the combat. Gain 2 vulnerable at the start of your turn, gain more energy though. Okay, so we actually can choose one of these. So we saw what Berserk did. Corruption is skills cost 0. Whenever you play skill, exhaust it. Don't know if I like that. Or Fiend Fire. Exhaust your hand, deal 7 damage for each card exhausted. I'll probably go for Berserk if I'm honest. So proceed from that. Ooh. We've got a chest, and we can choose a relic. Replaces Burning Blood at the end of combat, heal 12 instead of the 6. Tiny House, upon pickup, obtain 1 potion, gain 50 gold, raise max HP by 5, tame a card, and upgrade a random card. Or Sacred Bark. I kind of want to go for Black Blood, just because that is really nice to get the extra health. And we're into Act 2, the city. But we're going to stop this episode right here because it went longer than I planned, but I think this is going to be a fun series to tackle with you guys. So thank you very much for joining me on this first episode of Slay the Spire. If you did like the video, you should give it a like. And if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, be sure to leave the comments right down below. And until I do catch you in the next video or episode, survivors, please remember, as always, to take care and stay alive.